Spencer, the private engine, was being serviced in the yards. This was making Gordon cross. "This shed is for the Fat Controller's engines," he grumbled. "He should leave at once." "Feeling intimidated, are we?" sniggered James. "Intimidated? By Spencer? Don't make me laugh." "Well, he is faster than you." "He isn't doing anything wrong," said Molly. "The Fat Controller has given his permission." Snorted Gordon. "Trust the has-been express engine to jump to his defense. Haven't you got a goods train to hide yourself in?" Molly looked hurt. "Oh, just because you're in a bad mood doesn't mean you can speak to others in such a manner," retorted Emily. "So put a sock in it." Gordon did. Later on that day, Gordon arrived into the yards to find Molly hiding in the goods shed and looking very sad. "She looks miserable," said Gordon. "Well spotted," remarked Emily. "After you left this morning, Spencer called her a second-rate private engine. I wonder where he would have got that idea from." "I didn't know Molly was a private engine." "Oh, aye, she used to be. We all have our backstories, Gordon. Mind you, why would she tell you after you insulted her?" Gordon felt ashamed and wanted to apologise. "I'd leave the poor wee girl alone," advised Emily. "But speak to Toby. He knows a lot about Molly's past." Gordon puffed sheepishly away. The next day, Gordon asked Toby all about Molly. Molly was quite well known in the good old days of the Great Eastern Railway. Molly, along with her class, pulled the fastest expresses across East Anglia to the seaside. She even pulled the Royal train to Sandringham a couple of times. Gordon was impressed. But like all stories, soon other steam engines that were bigger, faster, more powerful than she was took over her work, and Molly ended up doing secondary duties. But she did have a stroke of luck. One of the old directors bought her and said she could pull expresses again. "Well, that's wonderful," said Gordon. "It was," agreed Toby. But others didn't think so, all because of her livery. The director had kindly asked Molly what colour she would like to be painted. She decided to choose yellow. As I understand it, it reminds her of sunny summer days at the seaside. But at the time, enthusiasts didn't want their societies to be associated with a bright yellow engine. They thought she looked silly, so refused to let Molly haul their trains. In the end, the director gave up and took Molly away, where she was kept out of sight at his stately home. After many years hidden away, she was eventually gifted to the Fat Controller. "That's why Molly is a shy and sensitive engine, you see," continued Toby. "She's suffered a lot of oppression from others, which is a shame. She has so much potential." Gordon now felt sorry for Molly. "Oh, Toby, I've been rather rude to dear Molly." He told Toby what he and Spencer had said. You can be rather tactless sometimes," ventured Toby. "But you can also be very humble too." As Gordon steamed along with the express, he kept thinking how he could make things up with Molly. Then at last, he had an idea. "I'll do it tomorrow," he thought to himself. Early next morning, Gordon's fire was slow to start. The driver was apprehensive. "The express will be late if we can't get him going." Molly was arranging her goods train close by. "Well, if that's the case, Molly should take the express," suggested Gordon. Molly overheard. What, me? I've never pulled the express before," she stuttered. But you are a former express engine. Well, yes, but... She'll do, interrupted the yardmaster. Off you go, then. Come on, old girl, encouraged Molly's driver. I know you can do this. Timidly, Molly set off to collect her coaches. Gordon smiled as he watched Molly leave. Later, Spencer was hurrying along the main line. He had collected the Duke and Duchess of Boxford from Brendam Docks and was taking them to their summer house. Spencer usually received clear signals for a fast run. He and his driver were surprised to see they were being signaled to slow down, and eventually they were stopped. "What is the meaning of this?" cried Spencer lordly. "I have on board the Duke and Duchess of..." Molly thundered through the station, and in a flash of yellow was out of sight. Spencer was aghast. That evening, the Fat Controller congratulated Molly on her impressive performance with the Express. "Well done, Molly. It looks like you have some friendly competition for the Express, Gordon. I'm also looking in your direction too, Henry and James. Would you like to pull the Express sometimes?" "Only if that's all right with Gordon," said Molly respectfully. "Of course," agreed Gordon happily. After the Fat Controller left, Gordon apologized to Molly. "That's all right," she said. "Thank you for letting me take the Express." "My pleasure. But I do regret one thing." "Oh, what's that?" "Not being able to see Spencer's face when he saw you fly past." The two engines just laughed.